So I was out here in the garden this morning and I noticed I have a zucchini ready to pick. So I figured I would pick it and I'm going to cook it for dinner. I'm going to make some fried Parmesan panko crusted zucchini. So if you'd like to follow along and see the recipe, there's a nice big zucchini in here. Pick that off. And there's a couple more growing in here, but they're not quite big enough yet. But that's alright. One of these we'll get it sliced up. It's a pretty good sized zucchini. Get it sliced up and it will be enough for tonight. So we'll see you in the kitchen in a minute. Welcome back, friends. And it's kind of a tradition in my household that the very first zucchini that grows in the garden, I make fried zucchini every single year. So I'm going to start getting these chopped up. I just have a yellow zucchini here, a yellow squash also I'm going to go ahead and chop up. These are going to go in the compost. And I'm going to cut these in about 1/4 inch pieces. We don't want them real thick, we don't want them real thin. Just about 1/4 inch. But like I was saying, it is a tradition in my household that the very first zucchini that is ready, we pick it and I make fried zucchini every year. And we love fried zucchini. It is one of our favorites. We don't eat it a whole lot, but I have to tell you, I've been waiting for about a week and a half. I've been watching this zucchini out there growing in my garden, and I have been thinking about fried zucchini for a while now. So I am glad it is ready, and it's going to get cooked up for dinner. This is a really easy recipe, so I hope you enjoy this and get a chance to try it. This one is just a yellow squash that I picked yesterday from the garden. It just happened to be ready before the zucchini. And in this pan, I just have 2 eggs that I've cracked. And on this plate, I have a 1/2 cup of all-purpose flour. I'm just going to get some water from the sink. I'm just going to add about 3 or 4 tablespoons of cold water to these eggs, just to make it a little bit thinner so it's not so thick. And I'm going to get these beat up. And this is a really, really easy recipe. It only takes a couple minutes to bread up these zucchini, and then it only takes 3 or 4 minutes to get them fried. And you can put them in the air fryer if you want. So let's get this all seasoned up. Okay, in my flour, like I said, this is a 1/2 cup of flour. I'm going to add about a teaspoon, or about a 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper. And I'm going to put the same in my egg mixture over here. Now you can put any seasonings you want in here. This is onion powder. I'm going to put about a 1/2 teaspoon. Now if you want to do spicy zucchini, you can add some of your favorite hot sauce into the egg mixture if it's a liquid, or you can add some powdered Cajun season. Now, this is a 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder. But like I said, you could add anything if you want to make it a little spicy. And I'm not going to use salt today. I'm just going to use some garlic salt. And I'm just going to put about a 1/4 teaspoon in each one of these. Don't need a whole lot. If you don't have garlic salt, don't worry. Just use regular salt. But I have tried them before with like a smoked paprika that's kind of spicy. And you can put a little bit of that in, or you can put some Cajun seasoning. If you want to turn them into Italian, you can always put some Italian seasoning. Or you could even put like a little bit of Tabasco in with your eggs. If you want to make them spicy. But today I'm just going to make them plain. So we're going to get all that mixed up, get all this seasoning mixed up in the flour. And I'll set that to the side. And here in this other pan, I have 1 cup of panko breadcrumbs. It's just a Chinese breadcrumb. You can find these in the Chinese aisle at your grocery store. And then I'm going to add about a 1/4 cup of some Parmesan cheese. You got to add lots of Parmesan flavor. That's what makes these so good. And I'm just going to mix that up, get the breadcrumbs and the Parmesan all mixed up in here. And make sure the Parmesan gets in every bite we take. And now I'm just going to take my zucchini and I'm going to put it in the flour. And I just want to lightly coat it with flour. We just want to kind of flip it over, and then we're going to kind of knock the excess flour off, just so it's lightly coated, and then we'll throw them over here in the egg mixture. We're going to do that with all these zucchini. I'm just going to knock that excess flour off. You don't want it real clumpy. Just enough to make the egg stick to it. We'll get the rest of this all coated. Now, I have been thinking about fried zucchini for over a week now since I saw the zucchinis growing. It has been really bad. We love fried zucchini. So, my mouth is drooling just thinking about it. It is a really nice, crispy zucchini with that Parmesan flavor. It's really good. If you haven't tried it, I would definitely suggest trying it. So I'm going to get these all coated in flour. Get the last of the zucchini in here. Okay, those are all done now. The last one in there. And then I'm just going to, I have gloves on. I'm going to use my left hand is going to be my wet glove, and my right hand is going to be my dry glove. If you try to just use one hand, you're going to end up with a big clump of nastiness on your hand. So just use your left hand, or use one hand as a dry glove and one hand as a wet glove. I'm just going to flip all these over, make sure they are nice and coated with all of the egg mixture. Okay, I'm just going to put these in the panko with my dry hand, and I'm just going to give them a light toss. Just flip them over, give them a really light toss. They will stick immediately, and then throw them on a plate over here. So I am going to get the rest of these all coated, and I will see you back here in a couple of minutes. Okay, all these zucchini are coated, and now I'm going to do the yellow squash, and I'm going to do exactly the same. I'm going to put them in the flour, and then in the egg, and then into the panko. And then we'll put them on a plate, and we will get them cooking. Now I'm going to be frying these today in oil. I've got about 1.5 inches of oil in my frying pan. I've just got it on medium heat, and we're going to get these in the pan. But if you don't want to fry them in oil, you can put these in your air fryer at 325 for about 15 to 18 minutes. Just check them at about 12 minutes, and usually they're ready about 15-16 minutes. I've done that before, and they turn out just as well. You can always put these in a deep fryer if you have one, but if you want to use your air fryer oven, go for it. I'm just going to do them deep fried today. So I'm going to get all of these in there. And these go really, really fast. I've got this on about a medium-high heat. So they only take less than 5 minutes to fry. I would say 3 to 4 minutes. About 4 minutes. You can see they're already browning up really quick. And it doesn't take much. By the time they are nice and golden brown, the zucchini on the inside are nice and tender already. So they cook really, really fast. And they've got all that seasoning in there, so I don't need to salt them or anything when I pull them out. And they've been cooking for a couple minutes now. About 4 minutes, and they are completely done. See how nice and golden brown they are? Now I just have a cookie sheet with a piece of paper towel, and then I have my rack over the top. So I'm going to put them on this draining rack. These are the zucchini, and I'm going to do a second batch. We're going to put the yellow squash in next. You don't want to do them all at one time, because if you crowd the pan, they're going to be soggy and they won't be nice and crispy. So I let the oil come back up to temperature again, and I'm going to put the yellow squash in now, and we're going to do exactly the same. We're going to fry it just like the zucchini. for about 3 to 4 minutes, just until they are nice and golden brown. And here they are. They are nice and golden brown. It's been about 4 minutes again. This is really quick, easy recipe. So if you want to give this a try. This is one of our favorite little snacks. I usually make some fried chicken with it. And we'll have some fried zucchini. It's our cheat night to have the fried foods. We don't eat a lot of it, but it's delicious when we do. Okay, that's it. That's all it takes. They are completely done. The zucchini on the right and the yellow squash on the left. And we just like to serve it with ranch dip. It tastes good that way. You can use a spicy ranch dip or anything you want to dip it in, but we just prefer ranch. So, thank you everybody for joining me today, and I hope you get a chance to try this delicious recipe. It is very good, and it is great for the first zucchinis that come out of your garden. So, if you have all those extra zucchinis, try frying them up. Thanks everyone, and have a great day.